Hello everybody, this is Monty with Flowers by the Bunch. Today we're going to work on a long low centerpiece. I'm going to adjust this door real quick. Okay, that was bothering me, I apologize. So we're going to use this tray. It is a double tray that holds 2 blocks of fresh floral foam. It has a bump over here on the side. So I'm going to show you how to make this work by using some foil, and it gives us a little bit more of a reservoir to hold water. So here's our tray. We have 2 blocks of fresh floral foam, and then we have some foil paper. Now what I'm going to do is lay that foil paper right into that tray. I'm going to take my fresh floral foam and place it into the tray. Okay, so there's our foam in place, and what we're going to do is take this foil paper and I'm going to trim it up using a pair of scissors. I'm just going to take and trim this paper. So let me show you, I'm sorry, how we're going to do this. Sorry, I'm having to clear my throat. Okay, I'm just rolling that foil paper over. What this is doing is it is giving that dish, that tray, a little bit more space to hold water. Instead of having that little flat tray that doesn't really hold very much water, I am just taking this foil paper and making somewhat of a liner to give us a way to add water to this arrangement. So you can see how I put that foil paper all the way around. So what it's going to do is when we go to water the arrangement, that foil paper is going to hold the water in place. Next we're going to take a piece, this is a waterproof tape. I'm going to take that tape and I'm going to tape on this end, come all the way down. And tape that. And I am going to come back down. I'm going to grab that tape and I'm going to tape it across again. And you're going to think this is an overkill with taping, but I'm going to come across one more time. Okay, so I have taped across, now we're going to tape around each side. So I'm just going to take that tape. I'm going to pick it up though. I just taped on the edges. I'm going to, if I can get it to stick. I'm going to pick up my container and I'm just going to tape it in place. Now I know that this is a lot of tape, but I want to make sure that we're going to hold that foil so that the foil doesn't come loose. It holds that water like I need it to. All right, I'm going to turn and tape the second piece of foam into place. got it taped. There, it's taped in place. We're not going to have any issues with it going anywhere, and we've got the foil to help hold some water in place. Okay, now this arrangement, they wanted 30 inches long. So I'm going to grab a yardstick real quick, and we are going to make sure we hit that 30 inches. Okay, so here is a yardstick. This is going to help me in my measurements. I'm just actually just setting it on the edge of the counter here. So I know this is 36 inches, so I need it to be roughly about this length. So about 4 inches or 5 inches from the foam. So I'm going to start out with my leather leaf. I'm going to take that leather leaf. I am going to break it into small pieces, and we're going to go ahead and put that greenery right into place. This is going to help me with my measurements, so I don't have to think about it every time. All right, so there's our 30 inches. I'm going to just take this leather, and I'm just breaking it, and I'm just pressing it right down into that foam. All right, so I'm just going all the way around. I'm not going to put tons of this leather, but this is just going to help me kind of cover up where I put that foil. We don't want the foil to really show, so this is helping me to cover where we press that foil around the edges. All right, so there's our leather that we're going to use. Next, we are going to come in with some eucalyptus. Add this last little piece. Okay, next we're going to come in with some eucalyptus. And I have some guneye euc. Now I'm going to take my guneye euc, so these are just stems. I'm going to take them just like I did my leather. I'm going to break them into smaller pieces, and we're just going to stick those right down into that foam. All right. So I'm just taking each of these little pieces, and we're just pressing that right down into that floral foam, going all the way throughout. I love pretty eucalyptus. I think it's so pretty, and it really just looks nice. So I'm just taking those and pressing it throughout. All right. All right. I'm just about done. I know this takes a little while. I apologize. Okay. Next we are going to come in with some rumex. Rumex is a seed, a grass type seed. We're going to tuck a little bit of this in. I'm going to take a pair of scissors, and I'm going to cut it apart in smaller pieces. I'm going to tuck some of that pretty rumex in. Now I love the texture of this rumex. I love different textures and arrangements, and I think it looks so pretty, and it kind of gives you a masculine feel. So this is a centerpiece that is going to be used at a party for a man, and they wanted it to look kind of fun and different and masculine. And I think all the pretty mixed greens really elevate an arrangement. So I'm just taking and cutting it into smaller pieces and just pressing it throughout this foam. So I'm going to continue adding this rumex. All right, and now there's our greenery. We have rumex, we have gunite eucalyptus that I just pulled right out, and a little bit of leather leaf. Next we're going to come in with some flowers. So the flowers we've got some mini green hydrangeas. And I'm going to just take those. So next we're going to add some mini green hydrangeas. I'm taking and cutting those stems, dipping them in quick dip. And I'm going to tuck them just right throughout this arrangement. I'm leaving a few of those leaves in place. Dip it in that quick dip. Quick dip is a hydrating solution that helps to keep those hydrangeas firm and pretty. All right, so there's our pretty green, mini green hydrangeas. Next, we're gonna come in with a little bit of solidago aster. So I'm gonna take this solidago and I'm gonna break it into smaller pieces and kind of work it throughout this arrangement. Now, I want to make sure the edge of that foil is covered. So I'm kind of tucking it deep down on the edge of that container just so that we can kind of cover that foil. I just want to make sure I'm going to try to leave some of those leaves that are on those roses because they're pretty and there's no need, and if they don't go down in the water or they aren't in the way when you stick them in the foil, you can certainly leave those on those flowers. So there's those pretty roses. Next we're going to come in with these beautiful peachy colored hypericum berries. So hypericum berries are also called coffee berries. They come in lots of pretty colors. I'm just going to nestle those right down into our arrangement. I'm just popping those off. All right, there's those beautiful hypericum berries all the way throughout that arrangement. Next, I've got these fabulous pods, and I just threw one on the floor. Look at these pods. They're so fun and so interesting. So I'm going to take them and we're going to cut those and tuck those right down in. Not easy to cut. Look at those fun pods tucked in. And that is a very hard stem to cut. I need some snips. There we go. All right, and to finish this arrangement, we are going to add a little bit of Milky Way aspidistra. So Milky Way aspidistra has fun little spots on it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my floral knife, I'm going to cut that at an angle, and I'm going to press that stem right down into the leaf. All right, I'm going to add these leaves right down into this arrangement, and it is perfect for a long, low centerpiece. If you have any questions about how we do things here at Flowers by the Bunch, gosh, you can ask. We would love to answer your questions. I'm going to take an up-close picture of this beautiful arrangement and let you see how pretty it turned out. The flowers we used included green mini hydrangeas, white snapdragons, white mums, white roses, solidago aster, fun pods, aspidistra leaves, rumex, hypericum berries, so many pretty flowers. If you have any questions about how we do things at the flower shop, you can always ask. We'd love to answer your questions. Do me a great big favor. If you have not already subscribed to our channel, be sure to do that. Be sure to hit that subscribe button right down below. And if you'll hit that bell, you'll get notifications for when we have a brand new video. Thanks, guys. We'll see you soon.